Yo, what is up? Welcome to the Wrath of Aquarius podcast. I am here with
Kevin
and
Ryan.
And we are here to talk about some cool shit with you guys. So, what should we talk about first? What is first on the list?
Well, did you say you had some topics you wanted to bring up first?
I pretty much wanted to talk about old pagan shit, pretty much.
Oh, alright. So what we talked about before.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm so inexperienced with it.
Alright. Let's talk about some conspiracy theories beforehand.
Hell yeah!
So
Here we go, guys.
Looks like Kevin's the host
what
today.
conspiracy theories do you like to talk? Do you have any that are in your mind recently? Like what conspiracies do you know of?
The one that's coming to my mind right now is the one that's in the hole at the top of the earth, and then when you go inside, there's the reptile people inside.
Ah, okay. So Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually good because I want to bring that up. So if you don't know what Hollow Earth is, it's basically what Matt just said. It's the theory that there's an inside of the Earth. There's many different theories about what could be on the inside of the Earth. Some people think it's reptiles. Some think it's another human species, or not species, but another people lost inside the Earth in the cave systems, or some people think it's related to the Great Ice Wall, and that you can go beyond the ice wall, which is like the North Pole essentially, and go further. I guess it would be inside Earth. That's what Hollow Earth is, and so to continue on to that, I was thinking about all that stuff and how could this actually work if we applied some scientific theories to it. So you guys know about four-dimensional space, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen hypercubes and how
all that
how geometry would work in four-dimensional space.
Mm.
So my theory is that the Earth is, well, I don't actually believe this, but I just want to see how this could actually be possibly a thing, theoretically. The Earth is a four-dimensional object that has holes in it. At least we perceive them to be holes in three-dimensional space, but it's just a continuation of the Earth's geometry in four-dimensional space to another side of it. So, this theory is also that the Earth is geocentric and not heliocentric, which means... Do you know what those mean?
Geocentric meaning that the Earth is in the middle, and then heliocentric meaning that the sun's in the middle.
Right, so this idea is that the Earth is also the center of the universe.
Mm. And
the reason for that is if the Earth is a four-dimensional object, and you can go, and we perceive it to be a three-dimensional object, so we can rotate around it and stuff like that. But if you continue on the surface, you go to another side of it, theoretically, we would perceive it to be the inside of it, but in four-dimensional space, it's just another side to it.
Mm.
You would be able to, it would have its own space, its own outer space to it. So
you're saying that we're on one side and then we see outer space, so if we hop over onto the other side, there would be a whole other fucking side to things that we've never seen before.
Right. And
okay. So you're saying that things are really just flat, but we're just on
I don't
one
think it's
part of flat. I'm not saying it's flat, but in a sense, it sounds like it would be flat.
So how a sphere, you would imagine a sphere to be the surface of it, going inside of it in four-dimensional space would be considered to be flat. It would be flat in four-dimensional space. but as we see it in three-dimensional space, or how we can conceive of it being in three-dimensional space, would be like hollow or on the inside. Or, yeah. But, like, as we're going through it, we're basically just walking into this area. Or traveling to it. So it would have its own space to it. It could have its own solar system, basically. And that's where the idea is that the Earth is geocentric, is because it has its own spaces, and that the space is dependent on where you are on Earth. So we might perceive as things in three-dimensional space it might be heliocentric, but in four-dimensional space we can see it as geocentric.
Shit. Damn.
So that was just my my thought experiment of how those theories could be possibly real using theoretical sciences.
So did you guys talk beforehand about this theory? Because you mentioned that off the top of your head, apparently. Kevin.
I did.
Because he sent me something.
I sent him a link to a video that had some Hollow Earth content in it, and this is just my idea expanding on it. And there's actually a lot of different theories of Hollow There's actually a lot of different theories of what could be inside this Earth, and even in different historical texts and maps, there's been places documented on it being somewhere that's not actually in existence, or as we see it. So that could be it could be on the inside of the Earth.
Yeah, my extensive knowledge of Hollow Earth is that King Kong lives in there.
Is that King Kong lives in there?
Yeah, I think there's some movies that
Spoiler.
actually dabble with the idea of Hollow Earth as well.
Yeah, because there was that Journey to the Center of the Earth movie, and then they go in there and there's that whole entire other Jurassic World that hasn't been touched since however long, what the fuck,
Yeah, it was in the most recent Godzilla vs. Kong movie.
Was it? Don't spoil it for me, though, because I want to fucking watch that movie, too.
Oh, don't worry, I can't, because I don't really know much. I couldn't hear the actual audio.
What is the term called for that when there's, it's, group knowledge, or, it's, an idea that pops into everyone's head? Is that,
I don't know the specific word for it, but I know exactly the actual phenomenon that's happening. I don't know what.
That might be subconscious.
What did you say?
Yeah, it's because I heard this theory that humans in general all have this one say since we're all human, we all have
one a consciousness, subconsciousness.
Yeah, it's a one conscious thing that we all share, and we all can tap into it and say if there's a thought. All of us, since we're together, we all have one basic. Yeah, I can't remember what the fuck it's actually called right now.
Yeah, but the hive mind.
Yeah, kind of in a way, but we're all able to break away into our own specific subgroups of consciousness. You know, all of us together, we can all put our minds together. We can all connect into one big thought.
But then we can Mandela effect, that's what it is.
What?
Mandela effect.
That's what?
No, the Mandela effect was when
I thought the Mandela effect
you
was
go into another dimension and one thing changes.
Yeah,
and,
the bears.
The Bernstein
no,
bears.
Yeah, exactly like that. Everyone perceives something to be a certain way.
No, well, if we were all
we all remembered.
We all know.
Oh, right.
Together.
Yeah, it was we all remember something that happened back then, and then people think that we went into another dimension, and then now it's different, but it's the same. But
it's a group misremembering of something, but it's similar to that, where it's this group has this idea, and it proliferates. Oh, botching my words.
Yeah, it's I know what you mean. This is actually kind of bothering me now that it's nah, I can't think of the word.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit. So there's dinosaurs in the center of the Earth.
Oh.
Could be.
Yeah.
There could be. I still think the Earth is 3-dimensional, but in a sphere. But I'm not going to reject any science that comes out that says it is 4-dimensional or there is a hollow Earth. So
yeah, it's like
I'm keeping an open mind.
Yeah, it's like that's all like you can really do now because like science. Like I'm not saying that like to like bash science of like now and stuff like that, but like literally like science is always changing and like the facts are always changing, truth is always changing. Like I don't know, it's like we're always learning, so you got to keep an open mind. Because I feel like that like if you're like too grounded in like in specific like thoughts and stuff like that, you're gonna like get fall behind, you know? Like you're not gonna
Or you'll reject what scientific evidence comes out. You're like, no.
Yeah, no.
That goes against what I believe. No.
Yeah.
Impossible.
So on the topic of consciousness, there's this video I watched the other day. It's talks about the bicameral brain. Now I don't know, this might be a topic that's I don't have enough knowledge to speak on, but
we got bro science,
yeah,
so it's okay.
Yeah.
But essentially, what it's trying to say is that, or essentially what it is like the human consciousness evolved at some time to, be self-aware or whatever, and basically there's I guess there's people who have who have this term called split brain, and at least this is what the guy was saying from the video I watched. He was talking about how these people have, the two sides of your brain have different ways of consciousness. Like one's giving commands, and the other one's just doing things.
Yeah, it's like when they say the left or right side of the brain and stuff like that. How the left has one specific things that it does, and the right has the other
I thought that was in the process of thinking. I always thought that was what that was, the left and the right side brain.
Yeah,
the right is supposed to be more creative, and apparently it's in a way hallucinogenic. At least that's the way he described it in the video. I don't know.
Hallucinogenic in the meaning of that it's we think that's how it works, but it doesn't
Well, it's just I think hallucinations affect that side of the brain and how we perceive things, and it's sort of where we get our consciousness from, in a way. But there's it connects somehow. I think there's a part of the brain that connects it. But the idea was that people were very much back in, this guy was talking about in the Bronze Age, the possibility of that's when we evolved our full consciousness, and before that we were split brain, where we would be doing things and we would be hearing the voices in our head, essentially.
Oh, so
which would be the consciousness, but it'd be a separate thing we would think of.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that now we just already have that shit combined, so we don't even think that that's not normal. But back then, they used to just only do, but then. Yeah, they would just do and not think, and they would hear voices. They would think they're it's some fucking god.
Yes, they would think it was a god. That's
but it's really just their own thoughts talking to them.
Yeah,
I've had that thought. I've had that. I don't know if I actually read upon something like that, but I've had that thought before.
Yeah,
it was just how I just thinking about it.
What
if people just thought things and they thought that it was some god?
They
didn't understand thoughts, and they were
well,
oh
the idea
God's
also
talking
is,
to me, but it's just me.
Just me.
The idea is that the people would learn about gods, and then they would, and their archetypes and how they act, and they would see the voices that they hear in their head, which is, I guess, could be the gods or the hallucinations, or you could say it's their own thoughts, but they perceive the voices or the commands that are being sent out by the right brain as a certain god or person, and they would apply that archetype to it, and so they would think that a god is telling them to do something.
Yeah, but
and
it's
they
really
would go
just
and do it.
Yeah, they could make their
Or
own
they
scriptures.
yeah.
They're their own
whatever.
gods.
And so, in that sense, like, you could say that those gods were kind of real.
In a sense that the humans would be vehicles for those so-called gods to carry out those traits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What if that's what humans are just for? They're
I
just
think-
like avatars for gods to like.
we can kind of see that
Get this
still
shit
happen
done.
today with like different personality traits. Like you have like the nerdy kid, you have the goths, antisocials, and like jocks, and they're like social, and you kind of see like how people like adopt that archetype. They see like, this is how I kind of like being, so they go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So they just think of like, oh, I kind of want to be, I kind of like how goths dress and whatever like that, so I'm just gonna do it and do whatever I think that they do. And that's just how I see, could be how it connects back to what we used to do
Yeah, with like gods, because
before
like
we had consciousness.
yeah, it's like a sort of inspiration or something like that. It's like, oh, that god was dope. This god did this stuff. I want to be like this god. So like they kind of just like went and did that shit also probably. So like you're that god. But yeah, that's crazy. That's very interesting.
Yeah. What else do we have here?
We're gonna get a sneak peek of the fucking topics right over here.
Yeah,
Who's still
I think
here?
that's all we can say on that. I don't know. That was just something I saw the other day. I thought it was pretty interesting. So
No, because
I had-
that is very
I had
interesting.
to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I want to look into that. Like I want to learn more about consciousness and how, like I'm sure there's like tons of books that I could read. And
Yeah.
I just want to learn more.
Yeah, literally. I'm reading something about the subconscious right now. It's like, what the fuck is it called? I literally think it's just called, like, How to Read the Subconscious or some shit like that, or, like, something about the subconscious. I forgot what it was.
I was talking the other day. I was talking to one of my friends back in PA. I was talking to him about this, and I was like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I feel like, how do I know I'm conscious? And it's like, oh, well, thinking thoughts. Well, is thinking thoughts and like conscious enough? Like, is that consciousness, or is it problem solving? Is that what consciousness is? It's like being able to solve problems.
Yeah, or
Consciousness.
communicate or, like, socialize with other people,
And
or
it feels
being
like-
able to
It feels like
perceive.
at first, I'm not sure, but it feels like that's right. But it also feels like there could be something more to it.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just, the more to it is just knowing things.
Yeah.
That might be having, like, gaining knowledge is that desire that I have to understand what consciousness is.
Or maybe consciousness is just understanding of you knowing that you're in, like, a whole vast world of shit that's just constantly happening, and then you just know instead of, like... Because, like, you could have thoughts, but, like, they could just be of, like... It's, like, a reaction of something.
Yeah.
But it's not that, like, you're, like, literally, like... It's like, oh, oh, you're drinking water. But, like, that's just happening right now. That doesn't mean, like, I'm sitting there processing, like... like, I'm, like, going more intricate into it and stuff like that. It's just, like, going through the motions sometimes,
Yeah.
It's just, like, constantly having things on record, but, like, it's not saving anything. And then maybe consciousness is just, like, you kind of, like, saving and playing back all your memories and, like, you kind of, like, interacting with yourself to try to, like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, like, you yourself, like, improve, like, self... I
That
don't
would be,
like not like self-maintenance,
way-
but like
Problem solving in a way, but also, which would be in self-improvement would be like a form of problem solving, basically.
yeah, because you're literally trying to solve the problems of yourself and
yeah,
shit. Yeah,
and improve the direction of your life.
yeah, or like also consciousness can maybe be like emotional like perceptions or something like that,
Yeah, it could be.
or like thinking of others. And like, I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Of like, what could consciousness be classified as?
I feel like I need to read more on the subject, but I just had to like again. I just had to share it.
Yeah.
I always thought consciousness was just thinking.
I
never really
awake.
Thought about it. Like I'll be
awake.
looking at it this and be like, what the hell is that guy doing? Just like thinking about it. But I mean, like I'm not solving a problem. I'm just talking to myself. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like what? Yeah, like what if consciousness is just you interacting with yourself, being able to like interact?
Yeah.
Because like you're just thinking,
Not
you're like,
just
what the fuck is he doing? Like, yeah.
What do I have to do today?
Yeah, because like an animal's not gonna like
making.
look at like a human and be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Or maybe like some specific type of animal, but like, you know what I mean? Like they're not gonna like look at you and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this thing to try to avoid you because I want to do this thing for myself or something like that." You know, like they're just like,
Mm-hmm.
"I want food.
Yeah,
I want food. I want sleep." That's it.
yeah, like when I'm
They don't
like,
have
thinking,
aspirations
like
to
in my
themselves.
conscious, like I don't like list off things I'll have to do. I'll be like, damn, I gotta. Like, I'll think like. I don't know how to explain it. Like I think of the full sentence in my head. I'm not like shop, sleep, go work,
Yeah.
sleep again.
Yeah, it's sleep
Maybe
again.
homework.
No, yeah, but it's like that's bottom line of like what your subconscious is telling you, and then I guess your conscious is like elaborating it more so you understand the full command of it. I guess.
Yeah.
Unless I have
It's
schizo.
like sleep, and it's like sleep, and your consciousness is like, okay, you got to go to sleep now. It's like 7 or something like that, and you got to like rationalize it to yourself, so you fucking do it.
Yeah, but then I'll say, all right, it's time to go to sleep. Or I'll say, sleep. And then I'll be up for 2 hours just thinking about random shit that's like,
No, yeah,
I
but
can't sleep now.
that's also another thing that I'm like understanding with the body or like people in general. Like if you just tell them what to do, they're not going to do it. So it's like, why would your body do that too? So it's like kind of got to like respect your body and work with it, I guess. Because I also have that problem too. I'm like, I gotta sleep. It's like sleep, damn it, sleep, and I'm just still like.
I don't know. For the lack of sleep that I have, I feel like making myself go to sleep would be respecting my body.
The dead ass, right? But then you just go more into not sleeping, into the resistance and stuff like that because
my body's disrespecting itself.
yeah, it's like a fucking animal that you gotta like tame. In a way.
We are animals.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't know, like, when I was younger, I was like, how do I, like, trick myself into, like, taking care of my body and stuff? I'm like,
I do that every day.
think of it as, like, a demon possessing a human body that needs to, like, vehicle, like, you gotta, like, take care of the body to do your shit, you know? You gotta
suit.
upkeep your stuff like that, like a mech suit, I guess. And then, like, you want to get your shit done. And you also gotta have the body be in top shape for when you want to be done. So it's like, that's how I thought about it. I was like... Not that, like, you're actually, like, possessing people and shit like that, but it's just, I don't know why.
That we know of.
Yeah, that we know of. What if that's our souls? Like, what if, like, our souls are just, like, some weird spiritual, like, not, like, demon, but, like...
I don't know, when I was on your last
just,
podcast, I think I spoke about that. I was like, well, maybe we're just, like, not the people, we're just the souls, and when we have to come back, or if we get reincarnated, we just fucking...
Take a new meat vehicle and
just
then...
pick a body and like, alright, I like this one.
Yeah.
What's the down payment?
Give me that one!
Yeah, like, what's the down payment? It's about to pop out, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Live out
Ooh,
that life.
fresh baby right in the oven, right about to
like,
pop
ooh,
out.
that's a good one. That's what I always thought about. That's what I still think sometimes, like...
Damn. There's a lot of people who must take one for the team, then. Because
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
people's
just
lives
like...
aren't the greatest.
Well...
Unless it's whatever your soul wants to learn in that...
Yeah.
Like, in that incarnation of your life, you know?
Could be.
Because I saw this one
Some of
thing...
them will learn some tough lesson.
No, yeah, because that's what they say. It's like, because, like, what if you're, like, right about to go into Earth? They'd be like, yo, I want to go into Earth. And they're like, your soul fam's like, are you sure? It's like, you're going to be there. This thing is going to revolve around that ball of fire 100 times. And you're not going to be able to come back, maybe. Like, are you sure you want to stay there? And it'd be like, it's going to be crazy. And you're like, yeah, I want to go there.
Yeah.
And then, like,
And they're sleeping in the
but it's
dumpsters.
one of those things that, like, you don't know how bad it is until, like, you go into it and
Yeah,
you're,
I
like,
mean,
literally going through it.
I mean, like, when maybe if you're looking at, like, your vessels, they all basically look the same. You're just rolling the dice and you're like, oh.
Yeah, like, you're not thinking about it and you're just like, yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna go to Earth, whatever body I get, I'm gonna get and I'm gonna do what I want.
Roulette.
But then you come into actual Earth and you're like, shit, I should have fucking thought about this more with this body, you know?
Oh, yeah, every time. Literally every time.
Yeah. Or
because like when I look at like people will be online, they'll be like, "Oh my god, look at my new child, my new baby! Isn't he so precious and beautiful?" I'm like, he looks like every other baby. I was like, I don't see any.
Well,
difference.
everything is amazing in rose-colored eyes.
I mean,
and
yeah,
rose-colored glasses. I mean,
I was like, your baby looks like the person 2 posts up, baby.
baby looks like a no. I'm just
That's a baby.
Yes, baby.
Yeah, I was gonna say something way worse, but I'm not gonna say it. But
I want to go back onto the consciousness thought.
Yes.
I think one of the questions I have is, how do I know, like, when I do think about something, how does that thought form? Like, how do I begin to think? Like,
how do I begin to think of the thought? Okay.
Yeah, that's always like, I don't know.
Because maybe something triggers it, and then it goes into that problem-solving thing that you were saying, and then it's just like, maybe it just starts off really small, and then it just like keeps like escalating until it gets really big, and then like your brain sees it, and it's like, hey, this is something that I've been thinking of, you know? And then you're just like, good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Here's a cookie. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be it.
I think that might be it.
It could be it. Or, random theory, there's some fucking like outer consciousness that you have that like you're like, say like, I'm a sim here, and then Bigger Matt's out there, and then he's like just commanding. Yeah, literally, like, he's just some guy at a computer trying to like control his fucking sim or whatever, and then like, maybe like meditation and like becoming more conscious is like a better way of like solidifying that connection, which like your higher self, quote unquote, but it's really just like the main guy who's controlling your fucking sim, you know? But like, maybe like ideas are just like computes that like your sim character controller is just trying to
basically you
tell
could say
you.
Meditate
like a soul basically.
Yeah, meditate,
make sure
you're
you
gonna
don't
get all
let
your
it go.
info, and then you do your shit.
Like a soul basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why, I feel like that's why they say our bodies are just vessels.
Mm-hmm.
Because they literally are vessels for the soul.
Yeah, and then the soul goes bye-bye.
Yeah, and then after
And then
I'm
who
done
knows who
using
the hell
this
knows.
body to return it to Earth.
Yeah,
And I say, thank you, I'll be back when I want to learn more.
Yeah. I mean, I'd certainly like to return to
Turn to monkey.
to Earth.
Return to monkey.
Back to monkey.
Yo, let's channel into that right now. Yo, but what I was thinking, what if like every time that like, say you had say like you became a human, but after you became a human you had to like go back from like being an insect and then work your way up through the food chain again to get back to a human, and then after you're done being a human you get reset and you're a bug, and then you're a bug and you die and you become like a bigger and bigger animal, and then you become a human again. And then,
That's a lot of deaths in a quick amount of time before you get to you.
but if you think about it, animals live a short amount of time, so
Unless you're that one guy that gets reincarnated as a
Well,
tortoise
you can think of that.
for 100 years.
what if that's
Just
punishment?
walking.
What if that's punishment though? It's just
Yeah,
like
maybe.
yeah.
You could actually think of evolution as being a way of reincarnation.
Yeah, technically in a way, because like your species like as a whole like dies, but then it like kind of comes back and learns from that thing that like killed it, and it comes back even stronger.
That,
Like a true Saiyan.
yeah.
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 I've been thinking about that lately. Like, what I feel like that we're all like kind of Saiyans, cause like emotionally, after we go through things, we come back even stronger, and some minor things physically, we come back even stronger. Unless it's something insane that like literally like breaks us. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. The I've seen like, or been hearing things that like, I don't know, I got this information from someone telling me that basically scientists are like getting information like ancient humans, like we keep finding like evidence for them to be even further and further into the past than we currently perceive or whatever.
Yeah, they literally just found more. I think you know the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
They just found more like parts to the Dead Sea Scrolls more recently.
Shit.
So they said that they were
Really?
gonna like try to like go deeper into stuff like that, because like what you said, when you learn more about the ancients and back then, you learn more and you can further your own civilization now with the knowledge that you learned back then.
Where did they find the new ones?
Where? I don't, like, I just saw it like on...
Wait, like when?
When? I want to say literally like a couple months ago. Like very recent. They found like pieces to the Dead Sea Scrolls, some like old coin, like some mummies, and like some like young kids or some shit like that. Like a little, I don't know if it's a little girl or not, but like they found some shit. You know, like I was like, oh, just in, like coincidentally, COVID happens, and all of a sudden now all this like old shit's happening. But
that's pretty cool.
Not
COVID, but the...
Yeah, not COVID, but the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah.
But I wonder what's going to come out of that.
Should we be saying
the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will come out of it?
The Johnson & Johnson... the cure for the vaccine will come out of this page of the Dead Sea Scrolls.
They predicted it.
Yo,
have the last ingredient in the mummified body.
Yeah.
The Johnson & Johnson.
They'll take all the stem cells from that fucking body or whatever and just fucking pump it into everybody. That is fucked up.
Yeah, that I don't know. Some of the some sciences seem pretty fucked up, but like some practices.
Yeah, if you think about it, in World War II, we would have had like the surgery like advancements that we would have had if like the Nazis didn't do some fuck shit with during that time with all the surgeries and stuff.
Do you know about the scientists?
How America literally just took all the Nazi scientists and brought them all to the United States. Operation Paperclip.
Yeah.
America just became the new fucking Germany, pretty much.
Well,
in a way.
They were already like majority German anyways.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they call them like the brother war, I believe, but...
They call who the brother?
I don't know. There's many stories of like brothers on both sides having to fight each other because of where they live.
Oh, like Civil War type shit?
Well, Germany versus America, like, because their families are separated. Yeah. Very unfortunate. Wars suck.
Yeah, they do.
Wars suck. They need to happen because it's inevitable.
Because it's just like escalation. Suck. Yeah, it's like escalation that happens over time.
Yeah.
If not dealt with correctly.
Want to move on to another topic?
Hell yeah.
So.
Oh wait, one thing that I literally just remembered, the fucking Dead Sea Scrolls. Like, you know how like it was supposed to be like the OG like 10 Commandment type things? So like apparently like they were like deciphering that, and they said that like Christianity was literally just fertility cults and like people who just took shrooms. And they're just tripping balls and fucking people and stuff.
Christianity?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what they were saying. That's what like the Dead Sea Scrolls were like originally were saying. And then they said that like people kind of like came into power, and since like they can only read Latin, they like kind of like hid like some Bible type stuff like behind closed doors so people couldn't read it, and then they just kind of like preach whatever they want. So like
they seem like anti-reproduction in some cases because of like you'll have pastors like priests, they can't, I think, and traditionally they're not allowed to. They
used to be able to have wives and be able to fuck people, but then they became too fucking like on
the
top of the thing, and then and
then you have nuns as well.
Yeah.
It's like very, I don't know.
It's
I don't
crazy.
think that's good.
They used to be able to have sex, but then they literally, I think they abused that power of like sex because like religion was such a big thing and an influence that like they would just kind of be like, oh yo, like suck my dick and like absolve all your sins, like. And then
nice.
I feel like that they all like kind of like unanimously were kind of like, yo, like this needs to stop. And then they probably like were like, yeah, this needs to stop.
You're banned from sex. Bye.
Yeah. But I feel like it's really fucked up to like repress that sexual urge for people and stuff like that, because I feel like it kind of like scoots it to some other place that's unhealthy.
Depends.
You know?
I think it depends. I think there's some
balance
to it.
Yeah. Like going around fucking people and stuff like that, like out of balance and stuff like that, like doing crazy shit, like that's fucked up because like you'll impregnate people, you'll get diseases and stuff like
And
that.
just
Like
masturbating every day is, it's very draining.
yeah,
It feels like you're literally draining all your energy. Like
Yeah.
you quite literally are using up energy to do so.
yeah.
As well as like, I mean, you see
It's
of people posting online how they feel like shit because they're doing this every day, and then it's antisocial as well, and
Yeah, it's because like we need
Yeah.
like we as humans are like social creatures and stuff like that. So we like literally crave human touch. Like we need to talk to people. Like we need to like see people, like touch people, like. And masturbation's like a very solo thing, and if you're doing it all the time, it's like sex is like very rewarding of like more than one person. So it's
it is a very.
You're not getting that fulfillment, so I feel like that's why it's like very draining. It's because you want that fulfillment from that other person, but you're stuck doing it like by yourself. So you just kind of like, oh, like
Single player mode.
yeah, it's like oh, someone else isn't jacking me off.
I feel like
it's myself. It's myself.
God
How
damn
many
it.
times do I gotta numb my hands?
Yeah. Repetitively like that, it's very draining. The opposite to that, I feel like, is working out, where you're using your energy and you're gaining more energy out of it in the long term.
Yeah. You're literally like putting more into yourself.
Yeah. I started working out a lot more.
Yeah.
I'm like working out 4 to 6 times a week.
Yeah,
It's
good.
Yeah, it feels great.
No, dude, literally like having your body in like optimal shape. Like I try to like at least like walk around like at base too, because like during COVID I haven't really been going to the gym because like that fucking gym closed and then every other fucking gym opened besides that one gym. So I'm just like fuck now.
I bet they still charge for that gym too.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Wow,
And the
crazy
pools
how that
aren't
works.
open and everything's not open and stuff like that. And where are we still paying for shit?
That's, wow.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just been walking around doing like at home workouts and stuff because I'm just like I kind of don't want to like keep paying for like other gyms and shit like that. Meanwhile, I have something that like I'm supposed to be
You're supposed
offered
to
to
be
me.
using,
You know?
I hit a PR bench 205.
Yeah.
Played in 35.
Good shit,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
there.
dude, even
Pass
Christian's
the horn to
working out
Kevin, he's
too.
boasting.
What?
So
Yep.
pass the horn. to
Yeah,
Kevin, he's
pass
boasting.
the horn. It's fucking lit.
With artificial consciousness, it's pretty crazy, don't you think?
Yeah.
Um,
Like, isn't it so weird that, like, we're all here collectively and we all truly don't know what happens when we die, why we're here, and our purpose? Like, no matter how hard we try, we still truly at base don't know those questions. The answers to those questions.
Never know.
Yeah. And we don't know until we actually do it. Until we actually die.
I think death brings meaning to life.
Yes. Because then why are we living if there's no transformation?
Because life seems fairly meaningless if there's no...
Because I feel like death is like the reward, like, you know, like when you go to sleep and like you like kind of like absorb everything that's happened throughout the day, and then you like kind of like wake up and do it again. I feel like death is like the ultimate absorption of everything you've learned throughout your life, and it's like the final storage of putting all that knowledge into your soul. I feel like, because then I feel like that like if you're not dying,
what do you
it's
do
like
with that storage though?
that's the thing that I don't know.
Because like if it is like reincarnation,
what's the
we don't
point?
remember anything.
Yeah,
All
it's
that
like,
storage got deleted.
Yeah, it's like, why am I here to learn all these things? Like, what's the point of learning all these things, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, why? What?
Unless there's
'Cause
life
it's cool.
too.
Yeah, because it's cool, because it
cool.
interests me and it makes
And if
me
we
feel
don't-
good. And
if
if
we
I don't
don't
do
do
it,
it
I want to
now,
kill myself.
If we don't do it now, we'll never get the chance to do it.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, are we all here just for the experience of, like, the now, of what's happening in the present moment?
Maybe when we die, we get a new life in Hollow Earth.
Yeah, we just oh,
I mean,
shit.
that's why people get buried.
Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna leave the room.
Wait.
Yeah. Whoa. So, that's the transition. You go into the ground so you're closer to the other side of where you pop out of.
Mm-hmm. That'd be so cute.
And then what if that's like what a spirit is? Like you just kind of like go through the fucking earth and then like you don't have like an actual physical body, but like this is just like a cocoon or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then what if we just pass on into another form and it's just like ethereal and like where we just think, but we can't feel, you know? Like we can't, because like I had a dream one time that like I died. But I knew I wasn't dead and everything was like okay, but I couldn't see anything, but I could think. And like, you know, like when like if I close my eyes and I can think in my head, like I can like hear myself and stuff, right? Yeah. But I couldn't see or touch or anything. But that's what I feel like death is in a way. It's like it's just our soul, but we have nothing connecting our soul to feel everything, and that might be why we're here.
So we just see black, but we can
like maybe hear ourselves consciously talk.
Bro, that would suck. I have to talk to myself for
But maybe that's why we're here on Earth, is so we have a body so we can express all those things. And I can talk to you, I can see you because I have light reflecting into my eye holes into all these things that are happening in my brain. And then, like, what if we were literally just here just to literally, so I can pick this thing up and feel how it is and lick it. And then we're just overthinking everything. And then other people just kind of like project their own agendas onto you. And then you think that that's life, but it's not. It's just people just controlling you.
Power
of the mind.
Maybe that's another reason.
I don't know with that.
That's what I
think. Just thinking about that is sort of depressing. Like, we gain all this knowledge, we make all these connections, and then we die, and it's like, oh, I hope you don't mind talking to yourself for all eternity, because you can only hear yourself think.
But what if you don't, though? Like, what if it's, like, other people's consciousness that is also there?
Also, we're in that orb in the sky that you guys were talking about, the consciousness. Maybe that's what.
Yeah, because like, what if that's what it is? Like, what if we all just kind of go into like one like big conscious like bubble?
We go to the hive mind.
Yeah, we all go into the hive mind, and then we just come back down into our bodies, and then experience life however we want to individually like live it, and then we just go back up into the hive mind after we're done with this body.
We tell our lifelong stories.
Yeah. We go back to Valhalla and fucking chill and party and shit with our friends and shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that would be ideal.
Yeah. We were talking about that last time on the other podcast.
Yeah.
Yo, he was going into some shit. He's like, wait, wouldn't you technically just recreate Earth and Valhalla if it's just all your friends? Like, what were you saying? You were saying that,
I was saying, like, if Valhalla exists, right?
Yeah.
And then we die. Say, like, I die before Kevin.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would want Kevin to be in my Valhalla, but if Kevin's still here alive, this is just a replication of Kevin.
Yeah,
like,
it's your version of how you saw Kevin in your life.
Yeah, it wouldn't actually.
But it's not actually Kevin.
Yeah, like if his soul's still living on Earth, I'm in Valhalla. I'm with
But isn't that technically what we're doing on Earth now, too? Like, you only know the version of, like, us of how you see us, but you don't know, like, the true version of us, because you don't see us on a day-to-day basis of how we live life.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that, because, like, one day, like, I mean, there's cases like this all the time, where you see, like, you're close with these friends, and then one day they just, like, take some, like, turn, and, like, you guys just don't like each other anymore. But, I mean, in Valhalla, that'll never happen.
Yeah, because you're stuck in that
Because that Kevin
perception.
won't have the free will to be like, you know what? I don't
Fuck
like
you,
how I'm
yeah.
doing this. I'm going to change how I do things.
Oh, shit.
They're just
That's
like...
crazy.
They're just like, basically, it's a construct under your control, basically, of how I want to see Kevin. And no matter what, Kevin's just going to have to be how I want to see Kevin. Kevin would never be able to change anything about that. Because the real one's on Earth.
That's some crazy authoritarian shit.
I mean,
but like, what if like?
I mean, unless there's just like a reserved seat for Kevin, there's like a waiting for him to die sign, like coming soon.
Yeah, it's just like his holographic placeholder until Kevin actually gets
Kevin
here.
kicks the bucket.
Yeah.
I think that's
like that's an interesting theory, but I don't think. I mean, like how I believe it's described. I don't think it's a.
What, Valhalla?
Yeah, I think it's as fluid as the Earth. You know how we evolve here. You know how we change and decide and have conflict. We don't. It doesn't get recreated in our own heads. Back there, it's one place.
So it's like basically another Earth, pretty much.
It's
That
another
would
plane of existence.
Well,
Like it's like a different dimension realm type thing. Because I know, don't they think about that? Like, I don't know if this is like, I don't know if I'm just mixing Marvel shit.
The idea of your afterlife being all your friends as you currently perceive them in your afterlife. That idea is pretty like that's like a scary thought. That's
a very scary
that's
thought.
You're just interacting with empty husks.
With that, I imagine that to be like is how people think of what uploading your brain to like a computer consciousness. It would be whatever your person. It's like kind of in the reverse though. It's like the person who died's consciousness at that time gets uploaded there, and it just be like
that's
an
a Black Mirror episode, isn't it?
Probably.
I think they have something like that. It's like I don't know if they're like dead, like they didn't die, but like they are dying or something like that, and then like they get to go into some simulation, choose whatever. I think they get to like become younger or something like that, and it's like a whole separate world that was created for dying people just to like be happy and like live out the rest of their lives and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like that was like the whole entire like concept of it, I think. But I don't know if it ended when they
really
died.
The rest of your life if you're dying.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I don't know. I don't remember if that their consciousness was like forever living throughout that like simulation, or like when their physical body died on Earth, then like that got terminated in that world. You know. Because I don't know if it was only like temporary for like dying people to like just kind of like be happy until they died, or it's like they literally like
you live out the entire other world, the other simulation in that 5 minutes that your actual body's dying.
Yeah,
it's like that one theory where like we're actually all dying right now, but we're just reliving all of our memories. All this has already happened already.
Yeah.
On the topic of AI, recently I found this program that you can you input a text, so like you put in like a name, or like a door in the middle of the woods alone. It's just some random text like an autumn day, and this program takes that text and generates an image based off of a big database of images it has been trained on. So it's called Big Sleep, and there's different versions of it, but the results that it produces is insane. It is. So right here I have
Kevin's about to scare the shit out of me, guys. I'm like gonna see this shit.
So keep in mind, this is an AI generated image.
Yeah.
It's not taking an already existing image, it is creating it based off of other images.
Okay, so it's like taking little pieces and making everything into
Yeah.
So this one's called Cthulhu Rises.
What?
And you can see Cthulhu towering over a cityscape very clearly. And this is the result of an AI producing it.
That's so
great. Yeah, it's freaking wild.
That's so crazy. Like that's really cool. Like how like. Wait, so like as like an image itself, it's like that, like moving and stuff like that it made it, or someone like made it to be like
that's like its development. So it develops over time. So it has to like develop the image basically.
Oh, so it's like literally painting an image like in IRL.
It's basically painting an image. And
that's what makes me think that we're literally just like living conscious AI or something like that someone else built. Like we're just like meat flesh AI.
Might be.
Because we like do the same shit that like that does. Like we just naturally do that.
Yeah.
Unless that AI is just like built to just replicate what we do. You know what I mean?
I mean, in a way, it might. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. But
here-
that's fucking
Here's another one.
crazy.
This one's titled "A Dark Entity Peering Through the Forest," and so you can see it generating there.
Ooh, dude, no, like I got a weird ass
Yo, let me
fucking
see
feeling
that.
just by like looking at
Yes.
that. Hold on.
Look, just looking at these images.
Oh no, dude! Like literally, like I'm like, I don't even want to look at this right now, dude. Like that's crazy.
There's some.
What the fuck? No,
It
that's
is.
like giving me the heebie-jeebies, dude. Like
I had the same feeling. I have the same feeling. I think it's
I literally don't even want to look at that. That's like,
yeah.
Sorry, I like.
It's
no, yeah, like
This one's called Beautiful Prisms. And it's just a bunch of. It looks like a
Oh, shit.
staircase in a very.
It looks like an acid
colorful. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
and some.
Kevin's not letting me look at
It's
this.
just-
No one let you look at them.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you should be balanced out looking at that after looking at the other one.
I didn't see the Cthulhu one.
Technology, at least AI, so artificial intelligence is starting to develop even further, in a quite like a scary fashion. Like them being able to generate images based off of text that we
Yeah.
can perceive as something to be, resembling what the text describes, is crazy. We can sort of use it as, okay, we can go into like the spiritual sense of this and say this AI is a form of like oracle.
Mm.
So we say we want something or we want to see something, we give we input that, say we want to see like I don't know, flowers. We really like flowers, or the flower that I see next.
Mm.
We put that phrase into this and it generates possibly a flower. It really is crazy because
It is.
a lot of the stuff, not all of it looks at what you expect it to be. Like we saw, those are really vivid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how this Cthulhu one is so like detailed. Like even with like the people on the
It looks
wall
like
Yeah.
somebody made
and like
it.
the
Yeah,
cityscape.
It looks like somebody
But then, like,
made
with,
it.
like,
Yeah,
the
it really
prisms
does.
one. The prisms one's, like, vague. It's, like, clearly just a bunch of different prisms. But, like, that one's so specific.
Yeah, that was very
with,
intricate.
like,
I think
the
it
city
also-
and the people.
Is based off of how well the person's computer is running.
Yeah, that's also true.
'Cause it takes
You
up a
need
lot.
that processing power.
Um,
Oh, now I'm curious about that fucking dark picture, but I'm just like, ugh, I kind of don't want
There-
to look at it too.
What was it
This-
called? Peering Through the Dark?
What?
What was it called? Peering Through the Dark?
It was like it was like a.
there are so many of these that people are making because it's open software.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Where is it? A dark entity peering through the forest.
Dark entity peering through the forest.
I just want to do, I guess, one last one.
No, that's like mind blowing shit right there.
Yeah, and I feel like it developed even more because the ones that I'm seeing now are, you can identify it as something that the text resembles very quickly. Whereas, like,
When it first started, it wasn't really like
2
that.
weeks ago even, like, it was very, sort of resembling something or giving something ominous.
Yeah. So it's
So-
learning over time to get better and better and better as more people are putting more information into it as it's
I
being
think-
used.
Well, I don't think it's, this is, like, independent, so it's not, like, constantly learning. I think it's just,
Someone else is like updating it and shit like that.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's, like, updated code, basically. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
not fully AI as we know it. It's not constantly being as we would typically think.
Yeah.
It's trained, and then I think they take that trained stuff and they send it out as code.
Okay.
So this isn't an actively being trained one. This is like
It's
at
like
least I
it was
think-
made and
at
then
least
they
I
just
think.
kind of put it there.
Yeah.
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 So it's not going to keep developing itself and shit like that. Okay.
It has a cap until it gets a software update.
Yeah, it's like literally like a phone or
This
something
one's
like that.
called gluttonous consumerism. So this one seems a little bit more abstract.
Ooh, that reminds me of Flapjack.
Really?
Yeah, you know that Candy Mountain?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me for some reason. Like the background.
Yeah. It
You know?
does.
No, I can kind of see
But
it already.
Yeah.
for me, I can see it looks like fat.
Gluttonous
Yeah.
consumerism.
It looks like fat growing onto the side of a mountain of technology.
I don't know. It kind of looks like
Yeah.
fat growing on top of like a city
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, because it looks like literally
Like,
like
these look like a
garbage
bunch of
stuck
different,
to
like-
a bunch of like
Bunch of different like buildings.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here. And like this one looks like a deteriorating building over
Bodies
here.
too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is really crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that, honestly. That's really
Yeah.
fucking cool.
I'll send you a link to where you can see this stuff.
Good shit.
It's nuts. You can for
I'll put
anybody
it in the link
listening,
in the description too for the podcast too.
You can basically just search up "big sleep AI" and it'll be there on Google.
Yeah,
But yeah, holy shit.
that's cool.
That's crazy.
That's crazy as fuck.
That Cthulhu one was so like specific.
Yeah, it's
So
like that.
cool.
That
I need to save that.
it's so like
Alright, so the thing about the AI is that whenever somebody puts anything about Cthulhu or H.P. Lovecraft stuff, it gives the coolest results.
that's what I was literally thinking. I was like, dude, like everybody always does like Cthulhu and stuff like that, and like it's so fucking like it's just so dope. Like I still like can't get that picture out of my head.
The cool stuff. There's some more I have saved on my computer. I gotta send you guys because
We're just so
damn,
beautiful
they're
babies.
cool.
Damn.
You're gonna have to concentrate on that dark entity peering through the forest.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, there's some bad energies in there too.
No, yeah, I had people are yeah, I had
I
yeah.
want to see more of those ones.
Yeah, you can see them. I'll send them to you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of the second one kind of reminded me for some reason. I mean, it doesn't really look like it, but it reminded me of that big Heartless from Kingdom Hearts, where you're fighting the first level, with like all the tentacles coming out of his hair, like that
The
giant
forest
one. What you know when like you're falling through like the tutorial where it's all the princesses on like that very fancy floor, but you're surrounded by all darkness.
Mm.
That one giant one with his hair is like. I don't know. You know.
I think
yeah,
I'm like getting
you
like
should-
a very vague fucking picture in my head. It was Kingdom Hearts 1?
I think it was both of them.
So yeah, I think that AI is like a form of oracle almost.
No, dude. Oh, this is what I was gonna bring up. It's so weird.
Yeah.
That big guy.
Oh shit. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. If that was in that picture, what the fuck? That's like
Yeah,
some
like him.
demon shit.
Yeah.
Like right
What
next
was
to
it?
where the light was.
Oh, but what I was gonna say was that it's so weird about how back then in like civilizations there was always like a seer or some type that people would go to.
Yeah.
But now we don't really have that. But now we have technology that kind of replaces that seer type thing, but it's more like. Because, like, if you're relying on a human, it's, like, prone to, like, them, like, lying and, like, pushing their own agendas and shit like that onto everybody. But, like, I feel like that, like, robot, like, it's, like, it could be programmed to, like, just be specific and shit like that. It has all the information.
Yeah.
They could be more accurate. Than
Well,
Yeah,
that's
like,
actually
way more
the
accurate.
thing.
Yeah.
People, I think, did that where they took like, they had like, I want to say oracles. I don't know if that's the right word, but just people who are separated from the rest of society who grew up in a different way. They, I think back then or whenever now even, those people like have a sort of knowledge that people who are connected more or do like have a different lifestyle they have a different perception on the world and we can gain the knowledge off of that. So
Yeah.
it was sort of
Like a third person.
spiritual aspect to that.
Yeah, because I feel like those types of people really, like, think of everything at, like, a third person point of view type of thing. And, like, a lot of, like, I don't want to say sheep, but, like, you fucking, like, the, like, general population of people.
mentality.
Yeah, like, they're all stuck in that motion of life and, like, day-to-day thing, and they're not really thinking about, like, spiritual shit or, like, other, like looking at, like, other than whatever the fuck is happening, like, day-to-day type things, but, like, like the oracle type people, they're already out of society, so they're not in that herd mentality and stuff. So they're on the outside looking in, so they can like be like, yo, I know everybody doesn't see this right now, but this is what I'm seeing. Like, take this into consideration and stuff like that. You know, like they. Guess I feel like that. It could like I feel like they were like missing that aspect now, in society.
Yeah, everyone's only concerned with the here and now.
It's very interesting.
What you mentioned before, you said that yesterday was very you felt something yesterday. Like, what were you saying about that?
Oh, what the fuck did I say? What were we talking about?
Alright, so we were talking about how, like, yesterday was May Day, 1st of May.
Oh, about how, like,
like
weird
a
shit
shifting
was just
thing.
fucking happening and stuff. So, like, I don't know. Like, it was, like... I don't know how to explain it. Like, just, like, weird shit was, like, happening. Like, one person, like, called... Like, I was at, like, literally at, like, my job all fucking day. Like, that one day, like, I was in at, like, 7 o'clock. And then, like, I was there, like, all fucking day. And then, like, the host calls out. And then I had to take the shift. And then, like, the other manager had to, like, also cover somebody else. And then, like... all the technology in the store fucking just, like, went down randomly out of nowhere, so we had to only, like, pay cash and shit like that. And then we were there for, like, until, like, mad late because of it and stuff. And then, like, I was supposed to, like, see some people, like, afterwards for a little bit to, like, smoke and stuff, but, and, like, they never pulled through and shit like that. It was just, like, a weird fucking day.
Yeah, that's wild.
Weird day. Like, people just, like, acting weird and shit like that. Like, even other people, like... I was talking to my coworkers and I was like, yo, yesterday was just, like, really fucking weird. And then, like, yeah, a lot of weird shit was happening to me, too, randomly out of the blue. I was like, what's happening? Like,
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on in the universe?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but that's pretty much, like, yeah.
yeah, so I experienced some I guess supernatural. I had my tarot reading done yesterday by.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, I remember that last time I talked to her, we were talking about that type of stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
She was trying to she's trying to hone her skills. She has so many different decks on the go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Damn. I only have 2. I haven't done mine in a
There's like
while, though.
4 or 5.
Yeah, I think the reading was very meaningful to what I was asking,
Mm.
and the advice it basically gave me, I instantly knew that I could apply it, like, very well to what I'm asking, and I think that might have been because it was her birthday, as well as it being May Day that day. And so I thought that may have, like,
You're saying, like,
impact.
amplified energies, like,
Yeah.
probably give you more of a clearer reading?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like that, like...
I thought it was pretty,
I feel like a lot of people do that type of stuff, because, like, they, like, track, like, a lot of, like, planetary things that are happening. I kind of low-key do it with, like, the moon, like, different moon phases. Like, they say to do different, like... types of things under that phase, like do more of this and less of this and stuff like that, and it'll be throughout a couple of days, and then it'll be like you know what I mean, like it kind of goes off the zodiac sign. So if it's like if it's like the sun's in Aries or something like that, you're supposed to be like mainly focusing on like these specific aspects of your life, and then like when it changes, you're supposed to be like moving throughout like different aspects, and then like the moon is supposed to be like very subtle, like different flips throughout like your life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I feel like it's something like that. It's, like, different things are happening in the universe that, like, if you do one specific thing, then it will, like, just be way easier to do. And, like, the opposite of that will be, like, Mercury Retrograde or something like that, since, like, Mercury is, like, going... I think it's, like, going backwards or something like that, and it's, like, revolution and passing Earth or whatever, and then they say that, like... or as it's doing that, as they're passing, it, like, fucks with, like, some electromagnetic things in, like, the planets, and it, like, causes, like, all electronics to kind of, like, get fucked up. during that time. So like, they say like minor inconveniences and stuff, like fucked up shit happens, like communication errors like throughout people happen a lot and all that shit.
I don't know that.
Yeah, so like I try not to like do that much things during Mercury retrograde. The last retrograde I had, like my laptop working completely fine before the retrograde. Retrograde happens, my laptop randomly decides to update, and then like, you know how it's like it would stop you if you couldn't update it on your laptop, right? Like you just like update and it's like, oh, this thing's too big, you can't update it. Didn't do that, completely tanked my laptop and stuff like that. Yeah, like completely just demolished it, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I had to like system reboot it, and then like my laptop downloaded a really old iOS system that like wouldn't allow it to update past, so I couldn't get to the. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, that's the type of shit that happens during Mercury retrograde and stuff like that. And then like we got out of it, now like I just got my laptop fixed and it's like working even better. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, laptop completely working, completely fine.
Damn.
Until that. Don't know what the fuck happened. Don't know why it did that.
Do you not know why I did that? Or
No,
do you
because
have-
the update was way too big for what my laptop could handle. So it should have told me, because I tried to do it afterwards, and like the, you know, like when you go into the safety like update, like the
safe mode.
yeah, like safe mode and stuff like that, and I tried to like update the iOS system through there and stuff like that, and it like literally told me I could not do it because it was too big. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what?
Hello. Oh.
I'm like, that's stupid. And I
Yeah.
was like, why didn't you tell me that before? Technology. How does it work? Magnets. How do they work?
Yeah, all the readings. It seemed like everyone that got like a reading from her yesterday was very accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still kind of confused about mine, but like everyone else was.
I feel like you're always confused about yours, Ryan.
Well,
And when I give you tarot readings, you're always just like, I don't know what's happening.
It was weird because, you know, it was something about like a wish that I wanted to happen.
Yeah, she did wish readings.
And
Very
mine,
interesting.
mine was like, I said that I wanted to make money, get money, because that's just always what I wanted to do. I wanted money.
Yeah.
But, you know, the cards ended up being like, well, you have to like take time. You're like, you're too spread out. You have to take time to yourself and stuff like that. And like, you know, you're spreading yourself too wide. You're worrying about more about other people than yourself, which I thought was very strange. I was like, it's strange how such a greedy wish is telling me to think about myself.
Because
more.
I'm thinking that because that's why I don't really like getting tarot readings from like my people that I'm in relationships with, because like they could be just self-projecting their own little things that they could want you to be doing into like the tarot readings and shit like that.
Well, that was another
You know
thing.
what I
She
mean?
was like, one of the things was like, well, you had to like declutter and, you know, like vague things like that. Like my environment wasn't like, you know, I guess good for me at the moment. And like after she like told me, she's like, oh, that means me. She's like, so you gotta cut me out, basically. It's what it's saying. I was like,
shit.
But you have to keep in mind that this is about making money. So, it was basically giving you advice to be more selfish,
yeah,
which
Yeah,
would help
pretty
you
much.
make.
I
Wait, yeah,
mean,
we literally would love you.
I guess,
Yo,
yeah.
Kevin, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Kevin
That's
connected
true.
with dots that I obviously can. Yeah, just get rid of everyone. I'll just take all of her stuff and sell it and kick her on the
Yo,
street.
it's like, what if it's like, yo, you're pouring too much money into your girl right
Just
now?
Get
Like,
rid of her, sell all of her shit.
damn.
Ugh.
That would be, yo, that's fucked. Imagine being the person doing the tarot reading and be like, oh shit, like,
They gotta cut me out.
yeah, you gotta cut me out. Damn.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
Well, I guess you're the one. You just have to decide whether you actually want to do it or not.
No, yeah, it's true.
Well,
Literally,
apparently, I have a very big decision that's supposed to be coming up soon. So, and I
That's
can't
it.
and I can't waste a lot of time. So I don't know. I don't know.
Money making opportunity.
Big
yeah.
opportunity.
That's
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
maybe it's not, but that's what it sounds like based on what the wish is.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be rich. And then by, like, next 5 years, booming business.
Buy some random alt cryptocurrency.
Yeah, Dogecoin.
Buy
Just
just
fucking
go heavy into it.
Yeah.
You know,
That'll make you a millionaire.
You know, Grant has made like $1,000
Yeah.
just off of Dogecoin.
Are you fucking for real?
Yeah.
My other friend was telling me about that, like, but he's like, 1 week he's like, bro, I have so much money in this, and the next week I see him, he's like, oh yeah, how's it going and stuff? He's like, hey, bro, I'm broke. He's like, I'm fucking broke.
Yeah, Grant's
That's like,
when
shit.
as long as he hasn't pulled out, and like last time I checked on him, he was like, yeah, I've made like I think he bought like a lot, and he's like, yeah, I have like, you know, gained 1,000 in profits. So I was
Good
like,
shit.
Yeah, and he's still refusing to pull out, so
Never
hopefully
pull out.
Hopefully it keeps going up. I don't know.
PSA, boys and girls. Never pull out.
So, yeah, good for him.
That's crazy.
I feel like I have a better. The more knowledge I gain in general, the better I feel I understand. Like, that's a jumble of words, word salad right there. The more understanding I have for tarot and how it works and how it can be used, because when I first heard about tarot, I didn't know anything of its origins or what it's supposed to do and how it's supposed to work, but now knowing that and an accumulation of my knowledge in general, I see it as a very useful tool.
Yeah, it's like, how I see it, it's like pretty much as like a rationalization of like what my soul is just trying to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I kind of like feel something that needs to be done, and then I do a tarot reading, and it just kind of like rationalizes what that feeling is. So I'll just be like, oh, okay, this is what I gotta do.
Yeah, it takes that idea you have that you want, that you feel strongly about, and lets you focus on it.
Yeah. It's like an intention type thing. It's like the same thing with like crystals and shit like that. It'd be like, this crystal will bring me love. So you're like really putting all your intention in on this crystal of love, so you'll be attracting that into your life. Kind of.
Yeah.
True that, homie. True that.
Yeah.
You got any love crystals?
I actually do have a rose quartz crystal in my room, but I only have one. Apparently you're supposed to get 2 if you want to attract a mate.
Oh, so what does 1 mean?
1, I think...
You're repelling.
You have
It's like self-love and shit.
You have to get a second one from your mate. Maybe that's it.
Oh shit, that would be crazy as
have
fucking. You
one,
just both
that's
put like...
something else.
Yeah, you both put like both of your like rose quartz crystals together, and it just turns into a heart.
You just jump someone, take it off, and be like, all right, you gotta love me now.
Give me your fucking crystals, bitch.
Give me your goddamn crystals.
Hey, man.
You motherfuckers.
What's that one? I've been hearing about like one of them that's like everyone's like their lives are ending.
Oh, that TikTok and shit. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. I don't know the name. It's some weird fucking thing. Literally, one girl that I went on a date with told me to get it, and I was just like, I feel like my life is already falling apart on its own.
Yeah.
I don't think I need this crystal.
Yeah, they'll be making like the videos. It'll be like, hey, someone told me to get this, and they're like, you know, they'll like do an update like 24 hours later. All right, well, half my family's dead.
Yeah, it's like my boyfriend's
broke.
gone. Yeah, shit.
My
Like, it's like,
boyfriend
what the
broke up
fuck?
with me. What was it called? I think it might have been called Moldavite.
Yeah, it was like mold. I thought it started with a P, but it might be like Moldavite.
I think mold was definitely in it because I was like mold. I was like, what? That's an odd name for. I think for some reason mold is standing out to me.
Because what if that's one of those things that like triggers in your brain that like you're just like mold and you're like that's a little
Association.
sus. Yeah.
Bad.
Because like what if that everybody is just like, did like because this mold means bad and all these things are happening that are bad to
things
people,
happening, yeah.
but they think it's good because they're like, oh, crystal, rock, spirituality. Crystal spirituality equals good, you
Rock
know, but
good.
yeah, rock equal good. Every rock equal good, but what if there are bad rocks, you know, that like give you like a bad vibe, and then everybody's having this thing and they're thinking it's all good, but it's not. It's literally just fucking people up.
Yeah, I mean they've been saying like, well, I mean, it's just, you know, it's it's supposed to boost you to the best version of yourself. I was like,
You're supposed to like cut out all the bullshit that's not supposed to be in your life, so you can just
then like
focus on the main things that you're supposed to be focusing on.
I can see like these people like, oh yeah, I got my Moldavite earrings, and you know, a week later my grandfather developed this horrendous illness and killed him.
What the fuck?
I get your grandfather's death is contributing to the best you that you could be.
Yeah, like it's like what the fuck?
I don't know how like that like you like I don't know. That's just weird to me.
Unless it's like just speeding up things that like need not need to happen, but like are just like are happening already, and it's just kind of like
yeah, they got some life to live, but since your granddaughter has a Moldavite earring, let's just cut you short.
No, because like. What if it's like those like you know in like video games or like I don't know if fucking not Dragon Quest, Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. Like you have all these armor or whatever that like boosts your shit, but it's like, oh, but you got this curse on you, so it's like minus 5 points and you're gonna die. Wait, what are you showing?
So I'm looking at more AI generated images. This one's called Furry Meat Club.
Furry Meat Club?
Yeah.
That's
Ryan looks horrified.
That's so bizarre.
What the hell is this?
It looked really demonic at first.
You see it, right?
That's so weird how it literally just like keeps like...
Yeah, it keeps moving and stuff.
Yeah, like he's moving and it turns into like other shit.
Yeah, it does that. Yeah, it does that, yeah.
Oh, so that's just it generating the full picture?
It keeps generating.
Oh, okay. Because that's what I was confused about. I was like, wait, why is it like rebuilding itself?
A lot of the time it changes really fast, and then it gets to a point where
it just like stays at the last picture, and then
yeah, it'll just make minor adjustments, but I think that that's usually what it does.
I feel like the slower it adjusts, the creepier it would look.
Yeah, it's just like...
What was that?
So, the hideous spirit. Okay, so another thing about these are GIFs of compilations of images that it produced. So some people only take like a portion of them or one frame from the entire thing that the AI generated.
Oh, okay.
What was this one called?
This one's a 2-framed image. This is called, I think just The Doll with the Hideous Spirit.
What the fuck? That sounds horrible. Ooh! That's so weird.
Yeah.
Like the ones in my house.
That's so weird, bro.
Yeah, those are
yeah.
pretty,
I think,
those are pretty... Yo, what was that one?
Sleep paralysis.
Yo, let me see that one. I gotta see that one.
I remember your shit with sleep paralysis of fucking Jeepers Creepers.
That's as accurate as it gets, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that's
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's...
What the fuck?
Dude, you'll be looking at these, like, everyone, you'll be like that. It's nuts.
That's what people actually see during sleep paralysis?
Well, people see different things.
Or like something similar to it?
Well, there was one time I had sleep paralysis. Like, there are two different things. Like, there'll be like the creepy, like demonic ones, or like the Jeepers Creepers ones. But
Yeah.
I've had one, for some reason, where I was sleeping in my room, and I woke up. I couldn't move. And I was like...
He's like, damn it!
I was like, not this shit again. And, I saw, one of my friends... I won't say who. I mean, I'll tell you after. And he was just like at the edge of my bed, just standing there. I was like, all right, that's kind of creepy. And he just walked into my closet. My closet, which mind you, is packed with shit. So like no one could even go in there. But he just opened it up, walked in. And then after he walked in, I was able to move again. But then there was another time I was...
That's really fucking weird.
There was another time I was at...
I have a theory after you explain this.
I was at... I was going for one of the tournaments, and I think, like, White Plains or some shit like that. And we were at a hotel, and it was just me and one of my other friends. And, I woke up, and then he wasn't there. Like, on the other bed. So I'm looking over at the other bed, and I was like, okay, he's not there. And then I tried turning over to see if like maybe he was on the other side of the room or something, and I couldn't. I was like, God damn it!
Yeah, he's like, not again.
Not again. Are you serious? And
Come on.
I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I couldn't move, but the way that my body was positioned, I like couldn't breathe.
Oh shit, no.
I don't know if it was the way that I was positioned or not, or if I just couldn't breathe because of the sleep paralysis. And then, so I'm looking around like frantically. I was like, is he somewhere in here? Maybe he could like shake me out of it if I like do some like weird signal with my eyes or something. Because I was like, I'm gonna like die. I can't breathe right now. So I see the door open to the bathroom, and he walks out. I was like, when I saw the door, I was like, please don't be a demon.
Yes.
And so he just walks out, and he's like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, he's like, you good? You good? I mean, like, he's looking at me like my eyes going crazy, and he's just like, you good? And like eventually I like snap out of it, and I take a big gasp.
Yeah, you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
And I was like I was able to breathe, but it was very like short. It was like,
yeah.
So I think the way that I was able to snap out of it was I was like trying to control my breathing more, and then eventually I like broke out of it, and but I was like, bro. That was the last time I think I had it, and I almost fucking killed me. Because I couldn't fucking breathe. Because I was panicking, because I was like, there's going to be a demon in the corner of the room that's going to, like, pounce on me. I was like, but I also can't breathe, and I'm trying to signal him. So there's a bunch of different things going on. And it happened in such a short amount of time, too. So, like...
That's so fucking crazy.
I was, like, running out of breath. It was crazy. But that was the last time it had happened, and that was, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Fuck sleep paralysis, bro. That's just like I haven't seen like there are cases where people see like this like really demonic shit.
Yeah, like that's what like I don't want to like ever experience that shit. That sounds like very intense.
Mm-hmm. I had the most intense dream just I think last week or the week before. It was so like I want to say real, but it was like hyper real in a sense. It's something you'd see out of a fucking movie. The clarity of image, because you know how you see sometimes images on like television screens are like so high quality it seems like
it looks
real.
Weird. Dude, I know those TVs. I don't like watching TVs on those. It's just so fucking awkward. Now I'm just like, it's too.
It was like that. And I've never had a dream like that before. And it was very sudden. It was from a dream. Alright, so it was like a part of a dream, or it transformed from a dream that was less vivid and more like toned down. But like something I did summoned this being. He was basically telling me to not use. Like, not to, fucking say, not to disrespect it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I want to say, I might have the wrong character. I think it was like Venom from Spider-Man. As funny as it sounds, but it was more of like a demon creature, it was more like a demon rather than like the super villain.
So Venom. Carnage.
Yeah. Yeah, so it like looked like Venom, but it wasn't Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it had fucking
a darker and like vibe to it.
The top of the head was like brain matter.
What the fuck? So it like had an open like skull.
Yeah, and it was just like it's just like the teeth with the tongue coming out.
Oh shit! What the fuck? That looks like that reminds me of some like H.P. Lovecraft type shit.
To be honest with you, I feel
so
like
weird.
just the way that you describe it, I feel like I've seen something like that before.
Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, that looks very familiar.
Like with like their brain was like exposed, pretty much. You're saying?
For the most part, but not exactly like.
It was only like the top
part.
It wasn't like the whole front,
like the top half. Right?
Yeah, like it wasn't like this.
Yeah,
was cut
like,
open. It was like maybe like the only brain, like kind of like the
very top.
The top of the brain. Yeah. I feel like I've seen something like that.
Yeah.
Before. as specific as
like
that
the Nightmare
sounds.
Before Christmas guy when he used to like flip open his head and he like would scratch his brain and
Dr.
shit.
Finkelstein.
Yeah. Probably like not like all that exposed, but
Not,
like
not too
not
much
that
exposed,
much, yeah.
but exposed.
yeah. That's so very interesting.
I don't know. For some reason, I feel like you've said that.
Not
but I
like
feel I've
encountered
seen-
it before, but it sounds very familiar. Like something that I've like. It feels like something that like if my soul was a traveler, I've been warned about something like that before.
Yeah. And I hate to describe it in the terms of like a superhero, but yeah, that's like the most accurate way I can put it. I don't like saying like comparing it to like superheroes or like something like that, but that's
technically
basically
Venom was a villain in a way, and then
Well, I
turns
mean,
into a hero. Yeah,
in that type of media.
yeah.
But
Like
basically
Venom,
it was
if his head was exposed and his jaw was dislocated, like it's gone.
That's fucking crazy.
yeah.
That's oh my god.
Yeah, I think last week I had a dream where I was a king of some country, and I was at the mall for some reason, and I was able to legally carry a sword on me for some reason, so only because I was a king. And then Kevin's over here having dreams.
What?
I don't know.
If you're the king of the land, you can do anything.
Well, I that's the thing. I was the king of the land somewhere else, but I was here.
What the fuck? Okay.
And then I went up to some random person. I was like, "Hey, you know where I can get this sword sharpened?" And they were like, "Yeah, right over there." They're pointing to GameStop.
Nice.
And I said, "Okay," and I believed them. And I went to go get my sword sharpened at GameStop. I don't fucking know.
Did you actually get your sword sharpened?
Yeah, that worked.
Oh shit.
Nice.
The girl I worked there just pulled out some wet. Just went. It's like, all right.
Okay.
I also had another vivid dream. It was really intense. Like, it was fear-inducing. I wasn't like, it's not like scared for myself, but scared for something. So what it was is, I think I had people sleeping over that night, and alright, so what it was is the dream was I went to go out to the shed, or not, I don't want to call it a shed, but the building where my rabbits are to feed them, and I opened the door, and so how I perceived it was like a TV show where it's just like it's just like an image, it's like flashing between like
cutting to different
yeah, it's like cutting.
yes,
exactly.
Yeah, it's like very fast paced, like YouTuber type shit when they're bouncing all over the fucking place.
What it was is it's just like all my rabbits dead, like they've been like the life has been sucked out of them, and it made me think like maybe like fucking rodents got to them and fucking ate them and from the inside out.
Oh shit!
And like they were like fucking dead. They were like destroyed, and I was like, holy shit, what the fuck?
What I'm imagining right now is like their carcass, but they're like shriveled up and shit.
Yes, exactly. And I was just like so mad. I was just like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, like.
And then I woke up to hearing my chickens crowing, and because I had my window open, and it's like one of the first nights I've had my window open. So like my reaction was like so strong. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on? Because usually they're very calm, and I don't ever hear them like crowing this loud.
Yeah.
And I wake up to them crowing, I think something's wrong.
Yeah.
So I fucking jump downstairs, run outside. I'm running to them. I'm passing this huge stick. I freaking grab the stick. Oh no! I pass it, and then I like turn back. I'm like, I need something. What if something's in there? So I grab it. I fucking run in there with the stick, and I'm just like sitting there. I'm like checking on everything. Everything's good. I'm like, okay, holy shit. So much relief at that point, but I was like, what the fuck? And I was
That's crazy.
Slightly pissed that I had that dream. I'm like, but I'm relieved that nothing.
Yeah, what are the odds of that timing? Yeah, that happens.
And then
that's such an unusual occurrence too.
I'm not sure if it was that time or another time. I think it might have been another time. I heard something in the garbage can in that room, scratching around. So I think it might have been a rat. So, but I was like, wasn't sure what it was. I didn't bother to mess with it.
Interesting.
Maybe that's telling me
So do you
I
think
should
that, maybe it's telling you that maybe
be
it's
wary of rodents.
yeah, because maybe it could get into the shed and fuck with them or something like that. Maybe it could have some, like, disease or something like that that could maybe, like,
Yeah.
fuck with the animal or whatever. Or your dream is, like, trying to, like, forewarn you of, like, some shit that's about to happen. Or you're just, like, trying to mentally prepare yourself just in case if something happens, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I'm always like.
or you got
thinking about
tested.
it.
Or maybe that, like, you waking up in that panic was a test to see if what you would do, and like if you like didn't care enough,
If I
like
ignored
maybe
it would happen.
yeah, like if you like just kind of like sat there and like did nothing about it, it'd be like, hey, it'll be nothing. Like you would like come back to it, like all your shit's being dead. Yeah, but like since you woke up and you're like, yo, I gotta go protect my shit. Maybe somehow like you like slipped to like a new dimension that like it was more positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He split the timeline.
Yeah.
Glad I did. I would have been so pissed if they died like that. That would have been like horrifying too.
No, that would have been very fucked up to like come back to and see all your fucking animals
Right.
just like
Yeah, I
dead.
spent like
Yeah.
I spent months and months working on making sure they're all good.
Yeah. For a fucking rat to come in and just fuck it all up.
Oh
Fucking
shit!
rats.
It's a rat.
Fucking rats. Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh rat!
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Rats.
There's some rats over there.
Did I ever tell you about the dream where I think I was lucid dreaming, or I was dabbling in that, but you know, I heard that like when you try and do that, you also can very easily like slip into sleep paralysis.
Oh really?
Yeah, like in the process.
So it's like if you fuck up, you're gonna go into sleep paralysis, but if you do good, you're gonna go into lucid dreaming.
But that's what was happening. Like I was going into the dream fully aware.
What if sleep paralysis is just failed lucid dreaming?
I mean, it might be because I noticed I was lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
So I was controlling what was happening. Like I was able to like manifest in my dream like what was happening. I could control everything. But like at the same time, like I couldn't like fully stay in the dream. Like it kept kicking me out. But like I was in sleep paralysis. So like I would come out and I had like sleep paralysis. And then I'd come out immediately after. Like I was aware that I was in sleep paralysis, and I was aware that it was because I was lucid dreaming. And then I like snapped out of it immediately. But like then when I tried to go back in, I was in sleep paralysis. I knew I was in sleep paralysis, but I kept trying to sleep through it, and then I went into the lucid dream.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So you might go into sleep paralysis before you dream, and while you're
maybe that's like the shutdown mode before you like go into it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was doing it for like a half hour. Like I was in and out. I was like waking up, going back to sleep, in and out of it, just testing it. I was like, I can't keep testing this because of how prone I already am to fucking sleep paralysis. I'm gonna like go in there for like an hour and not be able to break out of it. And I was like,
oh shit.
This might seem sorry to interrupt.
No, it's alright. The stories are basic.
I also have two things after you explain this.
So I think this is just what I think. I actually enjoy scary dreams, or what people perceive as like nightmares.
It's only your perception.
I like
the
thrill.
The rush.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's like, oh yeah.
If I have a dream, I'd rather it be scary and fear-inducing. Because
it's a free haunted house.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
and it's more real. It's more real. That's how I feel it. Yeah, that's crazy. That's
very
basically
interesting.
it. I love it.
The things that I hate the most is like I'll like I don't mind like the scary dreams. Like the scary dreams are like fun to think back on before I end up forgetting it inevitably because I always end up forgetting them unless it's like that shattering of a dream that like scars me basically.
Yeah.
But like I'll wake up and I'll just wait like someone will like die in like my dream and like I'll wake up so depressed. Like you'd wake up like relieved that it's a dream, but like I just skip over the relief, and I'm just depressed because I'm remembering how I felt in the dream. Like I just skip over relief and I just wake up depressed.
Yeah, you're like, damn it.
I even enjoy that. I've had dreams with the same situation. I enjoy the feeling of being depressed.
Oh my god!
I think
I
hate
feel
that.
I hate that.
I love and hate. It's a love and hate relationship. I think the powerful emotions that dreams can give you, I can't help but enjoy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Let you know that
Yeah.
you're still feeling, you know?
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's true, actually. Shit.
Yeah. Wild.
It's like, what if dreams are just like alternate realities?
Yeah.
And then you're like literally like in an actual place that like your mind's like projecting itself into,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you're like experiencing it all and stuff like that, and like you're literally like having like a fun ass time and whatever, but like after it's done, like you come back here
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
you're like, yo, that was a crazy ass fucking time. It's like a little like DMT trip or like something like that. Like you just go into like a fucking other place and you
There's
come back
actually-
and then
Sorry.
you wake
Yeah.
up.
There's actually like a supplement that my friend got off of a workout supplement website that helps with sleep, but it also has, I think it's a root, but I can't remember for sure what it is. It's some sort of thing that is in it that helps you lucid dream, and I've taken this and
I should.
It works.
you at least dream. I was dreaming and I thought that was awesome.
I should
Damn.
try. I should try it. See what happens.
I'll let you know what it is.
See what
Yes,
happens
please.
to me. I should try it.
Yeah,
I'll be stuck in sleep paralysis. Oh my god.
they've been fucked up
Yeah.
forever until the fucking thing wears off.
Yeah. Dreams have always interested me. I remember when I was like looking into like, you know, lucid dreaming, like how like, you know, lucid dreaming can also lead to like astral projection, like an out of body experience pretty much.
Oh, so what if lucid dreaming's just like the middle state?
It might
and
be.
then
I mean, it might
astral
be because,
projecting
like-
is like the
But like I've always like read like the warnings, like you have to like be careful with that, like even if that ever because it's accidentally happened to people, and like there's like a bunch of like warnings, like, you know, if you it's okay. If you like if you do like something specific while you're astral projecting, like there's like a possibility that like you can't even like reconnect, like you can't
I'll come back.
come back and like read like.
Because I've
Oh.
heard you always have like this permanent like silver or gold cord that like connects your soul to your body, and like no matter where you are, like if you're astral projecting out in the world, like say if like there's like some minor threat, your soul will just immediately come back into your body.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
heard-
what people say, that like, you know, like when you wake up and you're like, what the fuck, you know, like it felt like something like you just
pulled
like
you,
yeah, like that's what the people
I heard
say
about that too. But
yeah.
I think like I heard like if there's like something like specific that like could happen, like that cord just gets
oh, so it's
fucking,
like
like,
circumstantial,
yeah,
like
pretty
it's
much,
like
yeah.
everything could like happen, like I get it's like the Loki thing. It's like all little like tricks and stuff like that. Whatever, it'll not harm you, but like this one thing is so bad that'll fuck you up. Like
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting. And I like thought about like all the people that just like randomly like mysteriously just fucking die in their sleep. I was like, well,
yeah, what if that
maybe
something like
they-
that happened?
like maybe they accidentally did that and they don't know like what to do and they fucked it up somehow.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
like
accidentally severed my cord from my body.
and now I am dead.
Yeah, now I am dead.
Because like there have been cases where people
Beetlejuice 101.
like, yeah, they're like, ah,
Their brain just stops sending signals.
Yeah. It's
maybe that's because you're
cannot
gone.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you astral projected too hard.
Your dream
Took you
sent-
away.
or fucked up your brain so bad that it just stops sending signals.
Yeah, it's like stay in the dream, bro. Stay in the dream.
Don't come back.
Yeah,
Don't come
don't come back.
Yeah, but that's yeah.
But did they give you like actual like things what not to do, or it was just generalizing?
They told me, but it was so long ago that I like can't even remember. I remember like there was like something like on like there would be like sometimes like if you do it, there might be like a guide there or something, just to like maybe not like a fucking person just talking to you, but like maybe something like that you see and that you understand, like maybe I should like follow this or like, you know, do what this is trying to like signal me to do or something. But I forget like what made it so that you get a little snip, but
So there was a guide there that was trying to lead you to do something else, and that would cause your cord to get snipped.
no, like if there
Or
was
there's a guide there to be like, yo, don't do that.
Yeah, like
Oh,
I
okay.
heard that there were like specific examples that like when people have done, like they've said like this guide had like taken on like the form of like past loved ones or something, like their grandfather or something, and like they might not have like spoke up and be like, "Hey, yo, what up, kiddo?" But but like I think like maybe like you'd like feel like there was like some like warning, like if something was dangerous, like there's a like you would feel like
like you feel the energy, yeah.
Like maybe how you felt looking at that picture.
Yeah, it's like exactly like that warning thing. It's like my energy is literally repulsing that energy of that thing, and it's like you literally get the fuck out.
Like something like that.
Yeah,
but
shit.
I always thought that was so interesting, and I was like,
that is very interesting. I never actually heard about that until you literally just fucking told me.
That surprise! Don't accidentally astral project, and if you do, watch that cord of yours.
Yeah, literally, watch your cords, kids. Watch your cords.
Or else you might mysteriously die in your sleep.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Careful, kiddos.
But I have two things.
Okay.
One thing.
Matt, you tried to say this for like 15 minutes.
No, like.
Let's hear it.
So you know the sleep paralysis picture that you showed me, and it showed like that weird thing of like everybody like what everybody like kind of sees like that weird blob thing,
like amalgamation of a thing.
So I'm thinking like, what if sleep paralysis is just some weird demon that's able just to morph into anything it can to scare you?
Could be. Yeah.
And then everybody is like, it's like a thing that everybody kind of like. Yeah, like that. Like, say if, like, that's its natural thing, but depending on the person that it's interfacing with, it will turn into whatever that fear is.
Yeah.
You know?
I think, these images, I don't think they necessarily, like, represent what we see them are, but it represents, like, the idea of it as itself.
Yeah.
So it might literally be an image of something, but it's really just... Or it could just be, like, the idea and the emotions that this image can give you.
Yeah, it's not like the literal, like, the computer is, like, showing me the actual image of what it is. Yeah.
But in a way it is as well.
Yeah. It's, like, a very, like, ambiguous... Yeah.
Maybe sleep paralysis is when you open your third eye, and you have so much... You channel everything into your third eye, and you can't move your body. That's why you see all that shit.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Are you calcified?
Am I calcified? Yeah. Do you guys calcify your pineal glands, bros? Like, do you know what's funny that you mentioned that? I was literally gonna do a pineal gland decalcification like before you guys got here. I was gonna do like, oh, should I do like a quick 10-minute one? I don't even know why.
Just a quick one.
Yeah, just a little quickie. Oh, but the second thing that I was gonna say, when we were talking about, like, when you woke up from that dream, and I was saying that, like, that what-if thing, it was, like, testing you. Yeah. Like, there was this random thing. Well, it wasn't random. There was, like, this YouTube video that I was watching of, like, this spiritual person that, like, they chat, like, you know, like, those channelers that, like, they, like, channel, like, other, like, entities into their bodies, and they, like, speak through the person. Mm-hmm. So, like, there was one thing that someone was saying that, like, they were channeling this message, and it was, like, saying, it's, like, from what I remember saying, is, like, do you humans not understand that, like, every step that you take, you're literally, like, going higher or lower into different dimensions that you're, like, passing through? It's, like, every step and every decision that you're taking, you're either going higher or lower in whatever dimension you are. It's, like, everything is, like... It's like every decision that you make, you go up, or up, and then you make another decision, you go down. It's all like... Yeah. It's like...
Some people describe the fourth dimension as time itself.
Yeah. It's crazy shit. So it's like everybody's interacting with time, and every decision is like... It's like I guess like a multiverse theory. It's like every decision you make, like, it will, like, create a whole other reality of, like, that decision you made.
Oh, I love those theories.
Yeah, but it's like, I think that's what he was, like, trying to say, but I think that it was saying, like, it's more fluid, that, like, you can, like, say, like, if I started in this here, and I made this decision to go back here, but I also have, like, can make a decision that I will go back into that dimension that I previously was in, you know? Mm-hmm. It's like, I could go back to base reality, but I can also go further down from base reality, where things just keep getting worse, or I can go up from base reality and things just keep getting more positive, or I can stay in the middle and everything's just like more balanced.
Unless it's more of like a sort of like unless it's more like the religious realm where it's like, you know, like the basic terminology of, you know, like heaven and hell, like each decision or each step that you take maybe like can dictate
Where you go and stuff.
afterwards, unless it was a little less literal, because like, you know, I would assume if that's how things work, not every single step you would take would do that, but
yeah, it's like that's just like an over
like,
exaggerated metaphor, but like it's like
everything that you do dictates what could potentially happen.
Yeah,
Which maybe it meant something.
yeah, but it's like
Religious like that.
happening IRL instead of after you die, and then they dictate where you go and
Yeah.
stuff. Or that might be another step.
Like what
After
you
you
do,
die.
every step you take like determines like, all right, well, you're an asshole.
What pedestal
bye.
am I gonna jump off of
Yeah.
after I die? Like
Yeah.
where?
Where are you gonna be placed? Where are you gonna get dropped?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, what if it's just like I started here and all the decisions I made ended up here, and then this is the decisions that I'm allowed to make based off of what I made in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and these are the only options that I can do because I did these things.
Yeah.
So it's either like you only do bad shit, so all those decisions only led up to those options that you were ultimately
That you
like
did,
have to
yeah.
like choose from.
Mm-hmm.
But if you did better in your life, you know, like then you have other options that you can go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say something on this, but I don't really want to get into the topic because I'm running out of time here.
Oh yeah, what time is it? By the-
It's 9:25.
Oh shit! Did you say you wanted to leave by 9?
Yeah, it's alright. I was thinking latest 10.
Okay.
But,
Just speed.
Yeah, just
But and I don't know if I can get into this, but
it's like one of those things that it's just like I'm gonna have to explain it for a fucking
it'll
hour.
take forever. But
You can save it for the
your
next podcast.
So yeah, we'll say. Well, I'll hint at it. It's just your actions, instead of where it places you, it's the effect it has in the world after you die.
Oh, after ooh. So you're saying that like everything just kind of happens like as it's going, and then once you die, then all those things that you did just kind of like
Sort of like your footprint on the world that you leave.
Yeah.
Footprint.
What you leave behind, yeah.
ooh.
Mm.
That's very interesting.
That's interesting.
It relates to another topic that we talked about before the podcast, but we didn't record it. But
Yeah, that was for us.
we'll keep it
Yeah.
for another time, and we'll go back
Yeah.
into it.
Yes, we shall.
All right.
Because I want to talk about stuff like that with John too. Because I wanted to get John here too. Because I know that like he's also really interested in that type of stuff, like way more than me. So I'm just like,
I'll let you know when I come down again. We can.
no, yeah,
set
totally.
something up.
Because I'm like, because I like literally like want to talk about that stuff way more and go more into depth and stuff like that. Because I know John wants to learn more about that stuff too, and I know you like know way more than us about it. So it's just like teach.
Here, I'll give you this book, and you can read it for yourself.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I have another copy at home.
Oh shit!
Look at that.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
You should have said that you wrote it, Kevin.
Yeah, I wrote this book for you.
I did not
Here
write
you
that.
go.
I have the original copy at my house.
But yeah.
It's in the case in my house. I'll give you this copy for free.
So like each chapter. Oh shit. Also, they have like these types of like different. Oh, I read another book that was very similar to how like this was like set up. It was called Evolutionary Tactics. Have you ever heard of that?
It sounds familiar.
Have you ever saw the movie The Men Who Stare at Goats
No.
or heard of it?
No, I haven't.
I feel like I've heard of that actually.
I think I might have been explaining this to you last time, but it's like Evolutionary Tactics is pretty much this thing that they came up with in the 60s, is like that they figured out that pretty much humans were like X-Men kind of pretty much
tell
like
me that. We
like-
talked about this on the last podcast.
Yeah, it's like-
I remember.
like,
yeah.
they weren't mutants, but like they're like, oh, like humans are literally like super fucking organisms that are like
Mhm. Okay.
like
I
very
can
like
understand.
conscious beings. So
Yeah.
like it was pretty much America trying to be like, we want to weaponize these people like into like using that goodness to like become they wanted everybody in America to become a soldier, pretty much like a super soldier. And then like it was like becoming like a warrior monk. It's like having like a warrior like mindset, but
That's
also
cool.
being very peaceful.
Yeah.
And like, you know how like they wanted like our overseas military to be like very like altruistic and fighting for the right and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like that's what they wanted everybody in America to be, like literally everybody to be like a Navy SEAL, but very spiritual and like wanting
like
to interact with the environment and stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
it was also weird because they said that like they understand that like coinciding with the earth and environment is the only possible way of like projecting humans evolutionary into the future. So it's like every other option's bad.
It's the mentality that that positive mentality around it. It quite literally forces it to create like that into existence.
Yeah.
So.
It's like you're literally like bringing that manifestation of energy into reality. And it was also another weird thing that they said. It was like, it literally made a point. It was just like, it's like, because I don't know if it's like just some random American propaganda. It was like pretty much saying that America's the only one that believes in this and everybody else is not. So like, you know, like, but it was just so weird. It went into like how like what like all the foods that you should be really eating. It's like cut out processed foods, only like grains and nuts. Like it was like some like it was like be very like
strict diet plan.
Yeah, not like strict diet plan, but it's like pretty much
Disciplined.
going to your roots of like humans and stuff like that. Like what you were saying, like hunting for your food and stuff like that, and like growing your own food and shit. Like being very like very self-sustainable and shit like that. It was like all that type of shit. It was so fucking cool.
Didn't you say like part of it was like, I mean, I know it's like a joke. It's like, oh, what if humans can access like 100% of their brain?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you say that like part of that, they like some of that was like kind of incorporated or something like that?
Yeah, like that's what the
like,
idea of that came from.
You
was
access more.
Yeah, because they were saying like something like if you access more parts of your brain or something like that, then you can get like things like telekinesis and like other types of things like that. They said that like humans have the potential to become that, but like where we're at now, we can't. It's like we're almost there and we need to work towards those steps, but like we're not like there yet. But it was just so weird because they were like also talking about like the afterlife in that thing, because that's why we were talking about Valhalla in that thing.
Yeah, I think that's what segued into it.
Yeah, because it was like literally saying that every connection that you make in this earth, it's like after you die, all the best connections that you made with those people on earth are the people in your afterlife or something like that. And then that's what and I was like, yo, that's literally like kind of like Valhalla and like heaven mixed together.
Yeah.
In a way. And I was like, that's very weird. Not like weird, but like it's very interesting about
How they
like
coincide,
yeah. It's just so fucking weird, bro. And they're saying like how every species of human is like a different part of something. It's like it was just so weird. It was like it was saying like Native American people are like very into like spiritual types of like life, and then like you know what I mean, like different like races of people are like specifically
they have their own,
like attributed to like like they have their own like attributes and shit, and then like they were saying
that they excel at.
Yeah, and then they were I think
bonuses.
what he was saying that wait, what?
Proficiency bonus.
yeah, exactly. So I think that like what they were trying to say was like they wanted to like not like a new world order type thing, or like they want everybody to come together to like everybody to like share their skills to become one big human race, so like we can all just like become like one like quote unquote like superior race. But I also don't want to like sound too Nazi-ish and shit like that. But like I think that's what like they wanted. It's like it was like some like I don't know if it was like legit what was happening, or it was like something that they wanted to project into society, and then like everybody follow like that play role, you know?
Yeah, I see.
But like it was very interesting.
Yeah, I have to check into it. You said what was the book?
Evolutionary Tactics.
Okay.
It's very quick read. It's like this little like pamphlet, because it was supposed to be like a little like government briefing, because it was like a legit government like program that they were running, and then after it stopped, then they came out with it. And then I think it was like It was like running in the 60s, and then they stopped it in the 80s, and then they like made a book about it or something like that. It's an old book.
Okay.
Yeah. Very interesting because of all the shit that's happening now is like kind of things that they projected in that book.
Yeah.
Like it's like everything's playing out now. Because they also said some weird things that like the way they set up society is everything is like intervals of 10. It's like every 10 years they like put new ideas and things into society, because if you like put everything at once, then people will just fucking snap and they won't understand. So like everybody has to like ease into things.
Yeah.
So weird. Because then now I look at things now how they're running, and I'm like, I can kind of see the similarities.
It's like the boiling frog.
What's that?
It's the idea like you toss a frog into boiling water, he's gonna jump out because he feels the heat.
Mm.
But if you slowly rise the heat, if you put him in cool water and slowly turn the heat up, he'll just boil to death.
Yeah, and you won't notice.
Yeah.
That's that. That's what I feel like that they do, like over time, like because like, then we won't realize.
That is what they do.
Yeah. It's so crazy about how everything is like kind of like hidden in plain sight. You just gotta like go out and search for it. It's just that the truth is not promoted. Yeah. It's like bullshit's promoted first before it. Yeah, it's like you gotta find the truth. It's like everything that's being promoted to you is lies. So you gotta like cut through the fluff.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta use your third eye to cut through all the fog. Yes.
Sounds good.
Agreed.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
So this is your homework assignment?
Yeah, this is my homework assignment. I will finish
Professor
this
Kevin.
in 2 days.
Well, it's better than me. I'm a
Dude,
slow reader.
You're expected to read that cover to cover and memorize it backwards.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I'll probably make like my own mini separate book of like all the little things that like I picked out of this book as like a summary too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, writing down notes always like helps you like capsulize the information, solidify it in your brain. Yeah. That's what I do at work. I just whenever I learn something new, I just write it down.
No, yeah, that's what I do.
And
like,
I don't even look at it again, but I have
no,
a
but
better
it's like the act
of
writing it down solidifies it into your brain to like show your brain that it's like a legit real thing that needs to be done, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel like people write shit on calendars, and because like if you write it down on your calendar, it's like, oh, I actually gotta do it.
Yeah.
But if it's in your head, you can just like override it and be like, do I really gotta do it, you know?
Yeah. And also forgetting about it, like
if
you write it down, it's like you're literally putting it into reality.
Yeah. Which is the weird thing is like you write it down to remember it, but you always remember it because you've written it down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like literally writing something in stone.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like, oh, that's so weird. It's like,
oh,
it's like just weird how like the brain works like that.
And here we go. We're back at the loop at the consciousness.
You're back to the here to bring it back to consciousness.
Now you just restart the podcast.
Yeah. Bringing it back. Bringing it on home.
Yep.
But yeah, any last things that y'all want to talk about?
I had to study on Hollow Earth because I had no idea what that even was. I thought that was actually just a fictional place, and that's why I was introduced to last week through the movie.
No, that's like an actual thing that's been going on for like a really long fucking time.
Yeah, there's a lot of like conspiracy theories that are like they have like roots in like ancient texts and stuff.
Yeah, like, and there was like some other like adventurer or something like that, like some pilot that like flew over, like it was like way back then before like a lot of people had like such a control over the earth. Mm-hmm. Like he was just like free flying over like Earth and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he passed over the North Pole, and he's like literally was like, yo, there's like a huge fucking hole in the earth, and he went into it.
I heard
and he said that he like literally drew out like the actual what Earth looked like on the top of it and drew what it was inside. And he said he went inside, found some reptilian people, and it was like, fuck that shit, and he left. And he's like, and he said that he went back, told the government, and the government was like, shut the fuck up. And then he's like, okay.
Oh, that's what that one was. Okay.
Yeah. But
Shut the fuck up.
no, yeah, but he like cataloged it all in like a journal and stuff like that, and he like drew it out and shit like that. It was so.
Yeah, you should watch the movie.
He's probably taking DMT or something while he's flying.
Dude, yo, that would have been fucking crazy. Yeah. You definitely would not have been be able to operate that plane.
You definitely wouldn't be.
No, because like your soul like dead ass leaves your body, goes somewhere else, and comes back. Dude, I hosted a DMT fucking session in my fucking like basement, like right there.
Oh,
I ran one, dude. I didn't take it, but like I ran one for my friends and stuff like that. It was the craziest experience of my life.
Wow.
Like I think I was getting like a secondhand like trip. Just like, you know how like we're talking about the collective consciousness. Yeah. I felt like because they were doing that, I was like, even though I wasn't tripping, I was able to go into that thing of where they were going.
That seems fun.
It was so profound. Like the place that my friend said that they went to was weird. Like my friend was like, he felt like that it was like some weird VR simulation that someone created so someone else can experience it. Cause like he was like trapped, and then like it felt like a roller coaster, like, you know, like in Universal, like the Spider-Man ride or something like that, like sitting there taking you through things. Yeah. He's like, that's what it said. It felt like that, like everything was just being created, like to kind of like interact with me. So like, he's like, it was so fucking weird.
And he couldn't interact back. It was just them.
No, he could though. That was the thing that was weird. He's like, but like they were very like passive to him. Like they were like some of them were, like some of them weren't. Like,
could he like control like what he like? I'm sure he could like control like.
He said the first time he couldn't, but after, cause like they like went in like twice. Like they did it the first time and the second time they did it again. They said they had more control over the second time. But also, one of my friends went to a different place the second time than my other friends went to the first time. But my friends went back to the first place the second time. So it was so weird.
Like, that one guy must have been like, what the hell is
No, he was so weird. He's like, he said that like, they both went to a specific place, my two friends, and my one friend who didn't go to a specific place, he said that his soul was like free, and he was like traveling around someplace, and he didn't know where to go, so he came back.
Okay, yeah, that's.
I was like, what? And then he's like, yeah, it was weird.
Your face when he didn't come back and just decided to keep flying and he died.
Yeah, it would have been fucked up. They all wanted to go under together. I'm like, what if you all died? And I had to fucking deal with that shit. Like, that would be fucked up. Like, I'm like, no.
No.
Some profound shit under that stuff. Like, they were telling me for, like, weeks afterwards of, like, what they were seeing. And it was just, yeah. No, there's something there. It's, like, so weird. It was like they were being like cattled into this one place. It was like more than one person. There was like two big like guards, and they were like kind of like
the opening of Skyrim.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, get through the fucking.
You're a wake traveler.
Yeah. What if that's it? What if it's just like an airport and you're just kind of like just chilling there in like the little town or whatever until you transport into another place, or you just come back to Earth. Yeah. DMT.
Yeah. I think we'll cover the other topic on like paganism and other things related to it next time.
Yes, because I really want to talk about that shit with you and John together, because that's gonna be a cool ass conversation, dude.
Luckily, I know nothing about pagan anything, so John can sit here for me.
Unless you want to come in too and also join in on the fucking.
I can come and listen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm done.
I would have nothing to contribute, but I'll listen.
It doesn't matter, bro. Like, I'm gonna be listening and learning too, so it's just like.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I'm down.
That's what this is for. Information. Passing on info.
This is my guest, Ryan. He knows nothing about the topic.
No, but like some people like do that on like some shows though. Like they'll have like one person who like knows everything, one person who kind of knows everything, and then the other person who like knows nothing about it.
I think it creates a good dynamic.
Yeah, because it also like reaches to like all like the different peoples who are like, because like it would be like like say like Kevin and I were talking about this stuff and like you didn't know anything and the person who's also listening to it doesn't know it, so like they could relate to you more and they'd be like, oh yo, I'm like Ryan, I have no idea what the fuck is happening right now. Yeah, but like they can't relate personally to like what like we're talking about and shit like that, you know?
Yeah. I got you, viewers.
Yeah.
I'll come and be confused.
I'll be confused.
I'll be confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be that guy to be like, what is going on here? But yeah, any last anything?
Nope.
Anything anybody wants to promote?
No. Maybe on the next one.
Maybe
I don't
on the
have
next one?
anything right now.
Oh
but
shit.
I'd like to have something eventually.
Kevin's cooking some shit up, guys.
Literally nothing. I'll promote whatever Kevin has next time.
Yeah, just burst it, yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
But fuck yeah. Thank you for listening, guys. This has been the Wrath of Aquarius podcast. This has been your host, Matthew Sicilia, and guests.
Kevin?
And
Ryan.
hell yeah. So thank you and peace out and good night.
See you.
See ya.
See ya.
See you.